Hello and welcome to another episode of the Ride On Motorcycle Podcast, sponsored by Break Free. I'm your host, Jogo, and in this episode, we have a returning guest who's become a legend in the motorcycle community. He's a retired NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Lieutenant. That's a mouthful. But he's built an incredible following called Preloader Nation through his YouTube channel, Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle. Not only is he my mentor and friend, but he's the guy who completely changed how I approach riding a motorcycle. You might have heard of him, Mr. Robert Simmons. But before we bring him in, a couple quick announcements. As you heard in the intro, this stream sponsored by Break Free. If you don't know who or what they are, in a nutshell, they make a brake light that goes on the back of your helmet. You don't use any wires, no Bluetooth. You just slap it on and it simply works. Give you a little more info on that here in a bit. Second on the list, if you haven't joined my Facebook group, make sure you hop on Facebook, search Jogo Motorcycle Adventures. It'll pop right up. Click join. I like to share some stuff in there, some announcements that I don't always share on YouTube. So make sure you get in there. Love to have you. And last on the list, I have a free practice session this coming weekend, which would be July 12th, this Saturday. And I have 2 spots available. So if you're interested in that, it's at Johnny K's Power Sports in Elyria, Ohio. Robert's actually coming the following weekend. Just go over to my website, jogomotorcycleadventures.com. You can register on that page. It's right on the front page. And if you can't make that one, I have the whole list of my free practice sessions scheduled out for the rest of the year. So maybe you can make one of those. All right. Now that I got all that out of the way, we got to bring in Robert the right way with an intro. And he made it easy for me because I just took his intro. So let's roll it.
Keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Very nice, I'm looking at the camera. Very nice, good, good, good. Yeah.
What's going on, Robert? Glad to have you on here.
Glad to be here, man. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me. And man, I'm telling you, man, you're just getting better and better at this. It's so impressive. I love it. Love it.
Hey, I'm doing what I can. I love technology. I love trying to utilize everything I can. So,
I never knew that about you.
oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it shows. It shows. You know, it's funny watching that intro. A few times I thought to myself, I need to update that intro. And I came to the determination that it's not going to happen. That's what Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle is always going to be known for. And there's a few reasons for that. I could still use the same song because I love the song. But firstly, Valiant is in it. And so Valiant was the first bike that I first Harley Davidson I ever owned. So she's in it. Secondly, my godfather who passed away, when I'm in that figure 8 box, that BMW that I'm on with the bags off, that's his bike.
Okay.
It never gets old. Somebody trying to hit me in the U-turn box in Maryland. So that has to stay in there. And so you guys know the practice session video that I'm going to edit from Maryland. Once again, they were coming for me. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know what it is with that state, man. I got to stay on my toes.
That's funny. All right. So before we dive into this, just want to recognize some of the people that are in the chat here. We got a lot of preloaders and VI preloaders. Fearless Motorcycling with Lori. Looks like she's going to have to watch the replay, but glad she stopped in. Andy Rides, Gerald Murray, SS Goldwing, Bart, William Osmond. Looks like he's got a question, but hold your questions till the end. I'll open it up for Q&A, and we'll get all your questions answered.
Who's this Alicia Go?
I don't
Okay.
know, some random girl.
We got some
Yeah,
ambassadors in here. We got Miss
yeah,
Jenny,
Miss
Washington ambassador,
Jenny.
Andy, North
We got
Carolina.
my mom in here, Sango,
Oh,
and
nice.
my dad's there.
Of course.
Karen,
Karen.
Karen always shows up. Robert Keebler,
Hmm.
Miss Jenny's husband.
Yep. Yep.
Man, a lot of people. G Pops and Gigi,
Yeah.
California ambassadors.
Yeah. I'll see. I'll,
Yeah.
I'll see Rob and Miss Jenny in a few days.
Yes.
Excited.
MJ Coleman, Sergeant Major, aka Sergeant Major. Let's see.
Mark.
Mario G from Montreal.
Yeah. Got
David Arrington.
Dave.
Matthew Savoy. Man, there's just so many. Diamond Pete, Jim Gray,
Mm.
Robert I can't even say that.
Mercurio.
And Martin Jojola. Sorry if I mispronounced that. All right, guys. If I keep on reading all these names, we're gonna be here all night. But
Shout out to Matt Savoy, aka he's a sandbagger, man. He's a sandbagger big time, man.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's hop into it. So for the first question, I shouldn't really have to ask this, but for people that are going to be listening on the audio version of this, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your YouTube channel?
I should write this down so I can always give a short to the point answer. But my name is Robert Simmons. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Lieutenant. I feel like I'm doing the intro to one of my videos. And I started a YouTube channel. It's now called Be the Bossy a Motorcycle. It started out as Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. I changed the name of it because nobody would look at that name and know what the hell it was. So, and I was already using Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle anyway. Um, and right now, the goal is to just help people to be confident on their motorcycles, no matter what kind of motorcycle it is, at slow speeds, 1 to 10 miles per hour, and doing that in a positive way, no arrogance, no judgment, no negativity at all on this channel. Preloaders and VI preloaders, it's a learning environment, a great learning environment because of that positivity, and watching people get it. It's such an addictive feeling, and then watching people get it and wanting to share it. Example, Jogo Motorcycle Adventures. So I can go on with the examples, but all of my ambassadors or anybody that really knows how to do this now that got it. And when I say got it, it doesn't mean you have to be doing something extreme, but you got it. You understand the process, the technique, you practice them, and you feel compelled to share it. That's what this is all about. It's a very small community. The community I'm talking about is the amount of people that actually know how to ride these bikes properly. Um, but the goal is to make it a little bigger. So you tell this person tells that person. That's how these things happen. It ain't gonna happen overnight. It may never happen. We'll see.
Yeah, well, it's definitely happening a little bit. I'll
Oh
tell you
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
So for question number two, so how long have you been riding a motorcycle and what got you into it?
I've been riding a motorcycle since. Oh my gosh, that's a good question. When did I get into the highway patrol? 2011, I think. I think 2011. So prior to the NYPD Highway Patrol, I never rode a motorcycle in my life. I didn't know how to ride a motorcycle. And when I put in for that unit, I didn't even know it was a motorcycle unit. All I knew is in 1995, when I was a rookie cop in the NYPD, the Pope came to New York. I'm standing on a footpost by the FDR Drive, and I remember the supervisor telling me, "You should have the worst view of the Pope," meaning I should have my back to the highway and facing the crowd that wasn't there. There was nobody there, and it was freezing outside. And I remember looking up the highway, seeing a police car. I didn't know what unit that was, but all I knew is there was a cop sitting in that car, and he was warm and sitting down, and I was cold standing up. And I said, I want to be in that unit. And that's when I found out that was the highway patrol. So all of the perks that come with that unit, I had no idea they rode motorcycles. So I get to that motorcycle school, and I'll never forget it. We took the motorcycles out of the barn, and they had us ride the motorcycles to the course. No big deal. And once we got to the course and we looked at the cones inside of the painted lines, painted boxes, and they moved the cones outside of the boxes. And still, I said, ain't no way in the hell. There's no way that's happening. Um, it took me 4 days. And I know it's 4 days seems like it's wow, it only took you 4 days. I don't mean 4 days and I had it all together, but 4 days before I got it, like I'm talking about. And if you want, I'll tell you what it was, what was my epiphany moment, what helped me. Only if you want to know that. I don't want to make this longer than it has to be.
No, I mean, the floor is yours, so let's hear it.
Okay, so now when I say 4 days, it's 4 days, 6 hours a day, and I really wish that somebody in that motorcycle school, one of the instructors, I wish they were talking this whole preload and keep it loaded and trust and believe. All of that stuff would have helped me out big time. I know it would have. Particularly preload. A lot of people, that helps out a lot of people. But anyway, there was a cop in an exercise called the clover leaf. I keep saying I'm gonna set that exercise up, and then I'm like, I ain't got time for that. But um, I watched him go down on his motorcycle. And when he went down in that exercise, he was just sitting there like having a fit. He was annoyed that he went down. But the whole time he was having that fit, his feet were still on the boards, his hands were still on the handlebars, and the bike was just sitting on the engine guard and the saddlebag guard. That was the day that my fear of dropping the bike dissipated. I'm not going to say it completely went away, but and that's why I always tell people that fear, oh, it's so thick. For some of us, it's thicker than others, but that's what we got to get past. Because once we get past that, everything else becomes easier to learn. That doesn't mean you're just going to get it, but it's going to be easier to learn. So if you're trying to turn that motorcycle and you're trying to lean it and you just can't seem, I call it rigor mortis of the arms, you can't seem to turn the bars, there's nothing physically wrong with you. The fear in your mind is blocking it. So that's why you can't turn, and that's why you can't lean. That was the day I got over that. And then everything started to become easier for me. Because if all you can think about is dropping the bike, it's self sabotage. Not purposely, but that's what it is.
Yeah, and that for me, that was kind of an epiphany moment for me too. When you can, I've gotten pretty good at falling.
Yeah.
If you guys have seen, I
Mm-hmm.
stay on there and I'll ride it out.
Mm-hmm.
But like after you get over those first few initial falls, it's not really that big of a deal anymore.
Yeah.
As long as you're not putting your foot out and almost breaking your ankle, which you almost did that, correct?
That's right. In wheel school. I mean, so many lessons in wheel school, man. I couldn't believe my foot wasn't broken, but I remember I couldn't participate for like a couple of days. And I remember the sergeant said to me, "You think you'll be able to put a boot on that foot?" And basically, he was kind of telling me, if you can't get your stuff together, that's it, because
Yeah.
it's a minimal amount of time, and 2 days is a lot to miss. So I was getting nervous, man, but I got it.
Yeah, and you started off in probably the best scenario possible. You never ridden a motorcycle before, so you didn't really have any bad habits to break. Do you think that kind of gave you an advantage?
It may have. Bad habits is always an obstacle. That's always an obstacle to overcome. But the biggest things that you have to deal with are bigger than your bad habits because they've been with you longer. Instincts, that's with you as long as you've been living.
Hmm.
And what we were just talking about, fear, like that. I mean, it's why somebody that comes to me that has very high anxiety, and I tell them it doesn't mean you can't ride a motorcycle or you shouldn't ride one. It means this is going to take a little bit more time with you, or a lot more time. It all depends on what you really want to do. Now, again, I'm not talking about somebody with severe anxiety. Maybe this may not be for them, because I mean, how enjoyable is it going to be to ride your motorcycle if you are just terrified of it? Like, that's not going to be any fun, and it's dangerous. And that's the other thing. I want people to enjoy the motorcycle, yes, but make no mistake about it. If you are apprehensive, or if you're second guessing anything that you do on that motorcycle, if you get really nervous when you anything like that, you're dangerous, right? If everything works out, you'll be fine, but everything doesn't always work out.
Yeah, and there's actually a statistic that I've seen. I don't know if I heard it from you or I saw it somewhere else, but like motorcyclists, statistics like 60 or 70% of people that start riding a motorcycle, they end up stopping within like a year or two. because they're so scared.
And that's
Yeah,
that's the fuel that runs this train as well. It's knowing that people that are choosing not to participate in riding a motorcycle or forbidding their loved ones to ride one. Everything boils down to fear and lack of information. But their fears are valid because we always talk about 98% of people that ride motorcycles really don't know what they're doing. They really don't. And so with a percentage number that high, of course, you're going to hear a lot of stories about people that something went wrong. Of course you are. The odds are that you will. And so that's why I like to tell spouses, listen, he's doing it the right way now, right? Right way. He's doing it the right way. So trust me, there's no rush. Shout out to Lori, my Florida ambassador. 1,000 miles in the parking lot. Like there's no rush to get onto the road, but we're fighting a lot of stuff. We're fighting. Think about that number, 98%. If that's the amount of people doing anything, then that's probably going to be the norm, right? That's going to be what your eyes see all of the time. So when you look at it, your brain is going to process that must be the way to do it. And that's what we're fighting against too. So when somebody sees you ride your bike, Joe, and do something as simple as stop smoothly or make a right turn straight up or make a nice U-turn, it's always going to get attention. But the problem is people are going to look at you. They might ask you some questions, but in their minds, that's excessive. It's not necessary. It's almost looked at as a stunt. So that's what I mean when I said we're pushing the rock, a big rock uphill.
yeah, no. I literally just had someone comment on one of my videos. They said, "It's all right. I don't need to make a turn like that. I'll just duck walk it
Yeah,
into
I
a
saw that.
4-point spot." Come on, man. I'd be like,
Listen, I at the beginning I used to have a different mindset when it came to all of this. You know, I saw somebody duck walking and they were riding two up. I would immediately be upset and call them irresponsible. And I've learned that, Robert, it's not that they don't know. Like you don't know what you don't know. And if again, 98%. And the problem is the person on the back assumes they know what they're doing. They're not going
mhm.
to look at anything they're doing and go, what are you doing? If everybody they see through untrained eyes are doing the same thing. And so that's what I mean when I say knowledge is power. That's why I love smooth short starts and stops. I love that exercise because it takes a while for people to get it because it's
Yeah,
counterintuitive. It's forcing you to blah, blah, blah. But once you get it and you feel that control, that's it. That's it. Now you want it all the time. And that just bleeds into everything else. It really does.
yeah. And as you said, that's actually kind of a tough skill to master.
Mhm,
I mean, when I got my new Road Glide Limited,
mhm.
for some reason, I struggled with trying to get that smooth stop down, but I finally have it consistently. And even still, sometimes it doesn't work out, and
That's right.
I'll have like a wobbly stop. But
Yeah. And that's what
I
I
would,
say all the time. And listen, we're on two wheels. It's not going to always be good, but you want more to be good than not. And when it's
right.
not smooth, you want to be like, damn it, I know I am. I'm like, damn, come on.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got Confident Bikers. He says, "Hey guys, late to the game." Gerald Murray says, "So true." And Matthew Savoy says,
The ringer.
"I've watched both of you guys' channels for a while, 2 practice sessions with Rob, and now I finally feel confident to ride. You guys are my motivation." That's awesome.
Guess what I told Matt? Matt was in practice session in Tennessee. That's when it was first discovered that he's a sandbagger. Um, Because listen, if you watch that practice session in Tennessee, he did really well. I mean, he did really well. Then at the end, when we do the interviews, because I missed him at the beginning, how long you been practicing? He was like, "Oh, I don't practice." What? Like everybody was like, and then his wife Kim was like, "No, baby, didn't you practice like 30 minutes yesterday in traffic?" That
Oh
was
my
funny,
god.
man. You
Yeah.
did great, man.
All right. So let's move into question 3. So we mentioned, well, let me bring up the question here. We mentioned Preloader Nation. So what exactly is a preloader and how does somebody become one?
Excellent question. Excellent question. A preloader, simply put, is anyone who is subscribed to Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle on YouTube, and they are dedicated to being proficient in slow speed riding on their motorcycle. Period. That makes you a preloader. A VI preloader is the same thing, but that's a paid subscription to my YouTube channel. So they support the channel a little bit more and they get perks with that. And that's what that is. Preloader Nation, baby. Oh my gosh. Again, I'll always be remiss if I don't mention my bride, Anita, because preloaders, that's her idea. She said, you need to come up with a name for people that are following you. She said, you're always saying preload and keep it loaded. How about preloaders? Don't get me started on talking about all the stuff that woman's behind, man. She just, wow, man. She's just amazing, amazing, amazing woman. She really is.
Yeah, huge shout out to Nita for doing all she does. She does a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
she she designed this shirt, right?
She did. She did.
Yeah,
She was with me in Jersey, and hey, is Anita here? Yeah, she's here. You'll never see her.
I know.
She's staying right in that hotel room. She ain't coming out there. I don't blame her.
Yeah, every time you come out to Ohio,
Yeah,
she's nowhere to be found, but she's
right
at the hotel.
at the hotel. Something happened to me. She'll show up.
Yeah, yeah. We'll just have to call her and be like, "Hey, Robert passed out," and then she'll just come out, and then we'll have her out there.
Oh God, that won't end well.
Yeah, probably not. We won't do that. Uh,
But yeah, so Preloaded Nation, I love it. I love everybody in Preloaded Nation, and I genuinely mean that. Like I don't throw words around. And I said this recently. We're coming up on 5 years. November makes 5 years.
it's crazy.
Um, and to this date, I have not yet met one person in Preloader Nation that when I walked away from them, I said, "What the hell is their problem?" Like it's just a bunch of amazing people, above and beyond personalities. Everybody's positive and uplifted, and when we all get together, that's why I love the group rides. Too bad you're gonna miss it, Joe. It's a damn shame.
Yeah, and I know. But I man, you're right about that. There's something about a preloader group ride
Mm,
compared to just going to like a charity event or something with a mix of bunch of people that honestly don't know what the hell they're doing.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but your anniversary rides are great. Everybody can control their motorcycle. You
yeah.
know, you don't have to worry about the accordion effect. You don't have to worry about somebody ramming in the back of you.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
it's just fantastic. So,
Anything is still
so
possible, but the odds are less.
yes, yes. And you also have ambassadors, which I'm the Ohio ambassador. How did that idea come about? I'm guessing Anita.
You want to guess? Yeah, exactly. So it all started with Miss Jenny. So I get a lot of requests for somebody. How do I become an ambassador? And so my answer is always, um, I don't know how to answer that because none of our ambassadors asked to be ambassadors. It's just something about them that just jumps off the page. And Miss Jenny started all of this, and it started with Facebook. And if anybody posted anything, I decided to do a Facebook group. Miss Jenny was very, very uh, involved in that. And if anybody posted anything, she was always sharing her story about Preloader Nation, how she, got associated with my YouTube channel, but also always encouraging other people. And that's huge. Like that's really one of the biggest things. So you don't have to ride a motorcycle at Jogo Motorcycle Adventures level to be an ambassador. It's not solely about that. Of course, that's a part of it, but it's not solely about that. It's the it's how active you are on social media because you're going to reach more people that way. Talking about the channel and all that other stuff. But so Miss Jenny started it, and we asked her if she wanted to do it, and she said absolutely. And man, that's why I'm so excited for this Washington trip because we're coming up on 5 years. This is the first time I'm going to meet her in person. Now she was out in, I believe it was Sturgis, and she met G Pops and Gigi, my California ambassador. So they met, but I still haven't met her. So I'm looking forward to meeting her and her husband Rob, putting a name. Well, I already know what she looks like.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the order in which the ambassadors came up, but I think it was Miss Jenny, and I think Then it was Ashley for a while. He was a
Yeah.
UK ambassador. But then he had to step away from that because of all the stuff that was happening. I think it was in Ukraine.
Mhm.
Um, then I believe it was Andy, my North Carolina ambassador. I'm just going to start throwing them out because I don't know the order. Then I got Mike, my Tennessee ambassador, who now lives in Georgia.
Yeah.
Mario, my Maryland ambassador. Kenneth, my Virginia ambassador. Stephanie, my Colorado ambassador. G Pops and Gigi, my California ambassadors. Lori and Mike, my Florida ambassadors. Angie and Barry, my West Virginia ambassadors. And Jose, who is my Uruguay, South American ambassador. And then,
Yeah.
of course, Jogo Motorcycle Adventures, Ohio. I think that's
Yeah.
And let me tell you
it
something. Oh, hold up.
okay.
And Jason, my Illinois ambassador. I cannot forget Jason.
Yep.
And all of them, but guys, trust me, all of them are just phenomenal people, and will go above and beyond to help you get this right. I mean, I'm like I said, they're ambassadors for a reason, and I'm proud to have them as ambassadors, and I appreciate them. And that's it, man. Is it going to grow more than that? We'll see. Like I said, we're never looking for it, but if it happens, if I see it, there it is.
Right. Yeah, and it's global too, so it's not you don't have to be just in the United States.
Right.
So
That's right.
I feel at one point, or it's gonna come down to eventually you're gonna have an ambassador in every state in the United States,
That would be great.
and then you're gonna have a few more from different countries. I can just tell.
That would be awesome, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Jose said, "Glad to be part of this nation."
Yeah, that's the ambassador right there.
Yeah.
And that bike that you're looking at in that picture, when I rode it when I was out there, it had stock bars and stock exhaust. Now it's got tab performance bars and tab performance pipe, 50 caliber.
Very nice. Very nice. They got
There's the
Mario
Maryland
here.
ambassador.
Yep. All right, got it. Miss Jenny said, "Thank you for the kind words." Miss Jenny's probably the OG. Like she's been around for quite
Probably.
some time.
Probably since day one, man. Since
Yeah.
COVID in 2020 when they were out in that closed mall practicing on their motorcycles in that parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love it,
Okay.
man. It's
All
so
right.
amazing the things that YouTube and motorcycles have brought into my life. It really is.
Yeah. I would have never met you without YouTube.
Exactly.
So
And
here
vice
we are.
Mhm.
All right. So let's move into question number 4. And we kind of talked about it already a little bit just now, but I have a video to go with it. So let's roll the video and we'll come back.
Hello, YouTube. My name is Robert Simmons, and this is my first ever YouTube video. So I decided that I'm also going to start contributing, not just taking, and that's why I decided to start a YouTube video. And it's going to be about a lot of different things, nothing specifically all the time, but anything that I feel is helpful and I can pass on, that's what I'm going to make a video on. It's not going to be a lot of bells and whistles, just hopefully informative. Motorcycle riders pretty much know that the best riders out there are probably motorcycle cops, because we receive the type of training that you have to have in order to be in the unit. And that includes fast riding, that includes slow riding. But in particular, it's the slow riding that I'm going to make this video on, because that's the kind of riding that most people don't do. You know, especially on a motorcycle like this, which is 877 pounds and $45,000. The fear is dropping it. So I'm going to make a short video on that, and I might make others after that if I see that there's an interest in it. All right, I'm not going to drag this out. Like everybody else says, though, if you like the video, hit the like. All right, if you want to subscribe, fine. If not, that's fine too. I'm really not doing this for any type of monetary reasons. I'm just sick of looking at people's videos and taking in information and not being able to share anything. Okay, take care, guys. Enjoy. This bike's a little bit heavier. This bike's 877 pounds. But again, the weight doesn't have a lot to do with it. The only time the weight is really important is when you're picking the bike up after you drop it. But if you have proper throttle control, you stay in the friction zone, you use that rear brake, it doesn't matter the weight. Remember, the motorcycle will stay up as long as there's power going to the rear wheel. It wants to go straight. There's no reason to ever duck walk this motorcycle. the kind of motorcycle riding that I do is called 2%ers. We're 2% of the population of motorcycle riders that ride like that know how to ride like that. Then when the bike leans, your body feels like, oh, I'm going to fall. And the instinct is to put your foot down. When in reality, you should never be putting your feet down. I used to do this for my cops. When I would set up a cone course for them, I would record them. You should never, ever, ever, ever touch the front brake when you're on this cone course. I like keeping that rev high so that I know that if I need power, it's there. All I got to do is let the clutch out a little bit. Because even at full rev, if you only give a little clutch, you only get a little power. You let the clutch all the way out, then you get the full rev. Dude, you had to show me that, right? Like, right? As soon as that video started, oh my God, Valiant looks so good, man. That bike looks so good.
All right, guys. So if what you just saw there was Robert's latest video, no, I'm just kidding. So question number 4, that was first video Robert's ever posted. And the question is when you started your channel, did you think it would turn into what it is today? And we got to dissect that video just a little bit after you answer that.
Yeah. So the answer to that question is hell no. And look at that. I had no microphone. I mean,
your head was cut off.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was terrible. But so I just had a conversation when I was in Illinois. I had this conversation with Julian, and I was talking to him about what started all of this. This is an example, in my opinion, of one of those things in life that you don't plan to do, and it kind of just happens. And then when you think about it and you see what it is, you still don't realize what it is. So you keep going, and then it just keeps growing and growing. So, yeah, I didn't have any plans for any of this with YouTube, practice sessions, like none of this. As a matter of fact, I think that if I really thought about this, there's no way I would have said, you know what, I think a good idea is, let me do a practice session, record it hours long, and then edit it even more hours. Yeah, let me do that. And that first practice session video I did, I remember I apologized for the length of that video like 3 or 4 times in the video. That video was 55 minutes. You ain't gonna ever see another 55-minute practice session video. Never. So that's the quick answer is no, nothing that you're seeing was planned. It's like doing stuff and then doing something else. And that's why sometimes I feel like this was a calling for a couple of reasons. I couldn't tell you anything that I'm using that I took directly from my training. Maybe it's in there and I don't know about it, but I can't remember somebody telling me blah, 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 blah. Right. So any of the things that I come up with, any of the sayings that I come up with, whoa, yeah, it's storming here. Any of the sayings that I come up with, because I know sayings are catchy. It's all something that just popped into my head. I don't take notes. I wasn't writing stuff down. Something would just come into my head. Sometimes it comes into my head in the middle of a video or the middle of a practice session. And then when I go back and watch it, I go, that's pretty good. I think I'll keep saying that. And as far as my practice sessions, you look at the first practice session versus, you look at number 1 versus 138, which is not out yet. So let's say 136. You're going to see a lot of differences. But that's why I always tell people at my practice sessions, please, if you have anything to share, I want you to share it, not just with each other, with me too, because you guys are the ones that have kind of framed everything I do. Because if I see a need from one person and then another person and then another person, it's not a coincidence. It's to the point where I pretty much know right from the start by watching somebody pull up on their motorcycle and stop what I need to do with them. And that doesn't make me a genius. We already talked about the numbers. If 98% of people are struggling with this, I already know what I have to do. It's just the approach that I have to decide what I'm going to do. Am I going to start with this? Am I going to start with that? How am I going to speak to them? Everybody is spoken to it with respect, and I want them to be comfortable and relaxed. But some people, like I remember the first time somebody heard me curse. And in particular, VI Preloader, Katie from Massachusetts. She was looking for some type of motorcycle instruction in Massachusetts. She couldn't find anything. So she's looking on YouTube. She found my channel. She saw the way I was speaking, and she said when she found out I did private lessons and he could rent a motorcycle, she said that's my coach. She came out here, and we have bonded so well that when she's out there with me, she's like a friend I've had forever. So I'm out there cursing her out and stuff, and she's laughing and she's swinging at me. But see, that relaxes her.
Yeah.
VR Preloader Eli is the same way. She told me when she heard me use a curse word, it relaxed her because people thought I was really, I don't know. I'm trying to be proper. You want to be proper, but at the end of the day, I'm always going to be me. So who you see
Right.
on the videos, that's what you're going to see in real life if you meet me. Those of you that have met me, you know. As a matter of fact, you might see even more stuff because I tone down the profanity in the videos. And in person, yeah, it starts flying a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta keep it somewhat professional while you're on video, so that I mean,
Mhm.
there's no sense of a curse word every other word like some of
No,
these guys that you see on there, which is
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
kind of annoying. But some things I want to point out in that video
Hmm.
is I don't know if you guys noticed, but a lot of a lot of the stuff that he said in that video, it's the exact same that he's still saying today.
Hmm.
No duck walking, the the motorcycle stands up when the power has or when there's power to the rear wheel.
Hmm.
I mean, so not much has changed, but your practice sessions have evolved. And I do want to say what was huge game changer is putting those 3 cones for the cone weave.
Hmm.
Man, I started doing that with mine, and people love it because it forces them to swing out wide, and it's
Hmm.
just a great idea. How did that idea come about? You
So, what do I want you to do in the single serpentine? I say it all the time. Start wide, stay wide.
Yep.
And listen, I always say I could ask you to do anything. What makes you feel comfortable is always going to trump whatever I say. And so I have to force you to do what I'm asking you to do. So initially I took 4 cones, 2 on one side of that first cone and 2 on the other to get people to start wide. And then what they would do is go, all right, no big deal. They would start out so far to the right that they still don't have to dip the bike in. Everybody's trying to do it. You're always looking for the path of least resistance. Right at the beginning, I tell everybody, especially in my private lessons, but in my practice sessions too, I know you're feeling uncomfortable. That's what we're going to be meeting head on today. We have to turn that discomfort into comfort. That's going to take time. And so anything that you would normally do that makes you feel comfortable, we got to stop doing it. That includes duck walking and stuff like that. It's not going to happen right away. But anyway, I noticed that if I got them to start wide, they wouldn't stay wide. You're gonna revert right back to what makes you comfortable, which is barely turning and barely leaning. So I said, you know what, screw it. They costed me money again. I went out, I bought 14 more cones and planked all of those cones. And now start wide, stay wide. So you say people love them. Not everybody, but they will.
Yeah.
They
No,
will.
I I've seen better success of people it clicking in their head
Mhm.
after putting those extra 2 cones on there. So,
Yeah.
fantastic idea, and I always give you a shout out for that because
Thank you.
I can't take credit for that because I didn't think of it.
Yeah, man. Listen, I appreciate it. I mean, the fact that you decided to go out and do practice sessions too. Listen, I can't imagine doing this and still working a full time job. It's a lot.
It
It,
is
it really
it's a
is a lot.
lot, but
It
I'm
really is a
spinning a
lot.
bunch of plates
Yeah.
on little sticks, but
And the
we're
other
still
reason I
here.
thought, going back to what I was talking before about this being a calling, the other reason I thought about that is I've heard of so many people that can't find a location to to practice. Just forget about practice sessions, just for them to
Mhm.
practice. Um, and then some people that want to do practice sessions, they either can't get a location or they get a location and then something happens and they don't have it anymore and they got to move or blah blah blah. I'm
Mhm.
going on 5 years, knock on wood, not one issue with where I practice here in Pooler, Georgia. And the fact that I travel now, again, Anita's idea, um, that helps out a lot too. But again, as I say to everybody, I will gladly come to where you are if I have a location to do it. Right?
Mhm.
The location is the first issue, and then the second issue is people. So if you live in some remote area and you say, listen, I got a location, but 3 people might show up, then, so we got to have both of those things. And once I have those, listen, the sky's the limit. I've been to South America, so I'm pretty much going to go any place in the United States. I'm working on Canada right now. I'm finally going to Texas again in October, so I'm looking forward to all of that.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about all the traveling stuff here in a bit, so can't wait to dive down into that.
Ah,
Uh, let's see what we got here. Mario 6door74
I was
says,
laughing at that.
"Yeah, might make one might make more videos after that."
Mike.
And also, I wanted to point out no bells and whistles. Well, that definitely changed.
Oh yeah, man, because knowledge is power. The more you know, the more sometimes it's a detriment to you because now it just makes it more complicated. But if you notice after that video, the next few videos, I still didn't have any direction of what I was doing. I'm
Mhm.
riding the Harley Davidson. I'm putting something new on my bike. I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no plans on doing any of this kind of stuff. And next thing you know, I said, you know what? I'm sick of practicing alone. I'm going to go out and practice. And if anybody wants to come with me, fine. Now, full disclosure, that never happened. I never went out to that parking lot and practiced alone. Never. But I know if I said I'm sick of practicing alone, maybe somebody would feel bad for me and show up. And when I got out there, I'm just talking about stuff. And like you said earlier, you said you notice the same stuff is being said fundamentally back
Mhm.
then. And that's why I tell everybody, um, it's not like when I went to motorcycle school, they opened up a golden briefcase and said, all right, guys, now we're going to show you these secret techniques that nobody else knows. It is always boiled down to the same stuff. Always.
Yep. It's nothing really new, honestly, It's
Yeah,
stuff that how the motorcycle's made to be ridden, so,
that's right. That's right.
uh, let's see. Andy Ride says, "Only way you'll see a practice video that short again is on account of rain."
Yeah, you know what? That's Andy, my North Carolina ambassador.
Yep.
And I believe I'm not even gonna say I believe. I know Andy is the second longest tenured ambassador. As a matter of fact, Andy's been to more Pooler, Georgia practice sessions than
Yes.
people that live in Pooler, Georgia. So, and he's coming from North Carolina. So, and again, that's Andy, Joe, um, Mike. I remember Mike said when he first saw one of my practice sessions, he said it's like watching Gone with the Wind. He said, "What is this? With this hours long?" But then he was hooked. But my
Yep.
point is, with all of these people, not just my ambassadors, but a bunch of people, I can always say the evolution of fill in the blank. And why I love the video portion of this is they can always go back. Finesse the Challenger can look back to practice session number 38 and see when he could not make a right or left turn on that Challenger. Now, I challenge somebody on the Challenger or Pursuit to ride that bike better than he does. I love it. I love to see it.
Yeah. And that was an awesome idea too, recording those sessions so that way people can go back, look at their progress.
It's just such a huge learning tool to be able in the moment you're nervous. Sometimes I could be right next to you saying something to you. You don't hear a word I'm saying. You go home, you
Right.
watch it. So
Yep. Exactly.
I wanted to
Let's
quit, Joe. I wanted to stop doing it. It's a lot. But
It is a lot, man.
every time emails I get and comments in the comment section, literally last night reading the comments and just man, there's no way I can stop. I'm gonna do this as long as I can. I'm pretty sure that I have enough information out there now that will always help people. The
Mhm.
only thing that's kind of different now is different people, different locations. But people are what make this so good because people are so different. I can do the same practice session, same exercises, but because the people are different, it's always going to be differences in it.
Right.
There's always going to be somebody in that video that resonates with somebody that didn't resonate with anybody before. So
Yeah. And I'd be lying if I said a couple times, I'm getting ready for a practice session. I'm like, oh man, I gotta get all this crap ready. But once I'm there, I'm set up, and these people come. You start getting that energy, and you're like, I'm not stopping this. Crazy.
adrenaline, baby, the
Yeah.
adrenaline.
All right. So let's move into. Let's see here. What are we on? Question number 5. Yes.
Damn, Diane.
Uh, we have another video for this question, and then After we get through that question, we'll hear from the sponsor, Break Free.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead, roll this video.
Roll it.
Standing next to me, this is Jose. And Jose is the founder of Wheeled Icons out here in Uruguay, because that's where I am. I'm in South America, Uruguay. All right. Right now, you're doing exercise number 3. You're picking up your foot and the bike's not moving. That's why you feel it falling. Nice and easy. Slowly open it, then you pick your foot up nice and easy, okay? Everything nice and easy. If you say C, that means you're going too fast.
Dicen que sí porque estuvieron muy rápido.
Okay? 10, 20, 30. Get those feet up. Guys, listen. I need you to know we're in a training environment.
Estamos en un ambiente de entrenamiento.
Stop resorting to what you normally do. Preload? No. Preload. Foot up. Good. Smooth stop. Friction brake. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's enough of this bike.
You like it?
No. Start turning. Rear brake. Hold that turn. Good. Slow down, head and eyes. Keep the clutch open, rear brake. Hold that turn. There you go. Beautifully done. Beautiful.
Good times.
All right, guys. So what you just saw there is when Robert went out to South America and Uruguay. That's how you say it, correct?
Uruguay.
Uruguay. Okay. So for question number 5 here, what surprised you the most about teaching in Uruguay, however you say it, versus here in the States? And was there any specific struggles riders had out there compared to teaching out here in America?
So first of all, shout out to Jose, because Jose had a vision, Wheeled Icons. That's what he was trying to start out there, and doing some type of motorcycle training. And he wanted to bring me out there. And a lot of people told him that's never going to happen. So he's one of those guys that if you tell him it ain't going to happen, then it's going to fuel him even more to make it happen. So he got me out there, and it was great meeting him and his wife and his daughter. And everybody out there, they treated me like it was just awesome out there. The vibe, everything was great. I say now in my practice session videos, I ask everybody, Joe, I'll ask you. I don't know if it still applies now, but no, it does. What are you concerned about the most riding the motorcycle at slow speeds?
At slow speed, I would say just keeping control of it, honestly.
So in other words, dropping the bike. That's what you're concerned about the most. That's what we
On
don't
the
want to
road,
happen.
on the road, I'm
Yeah.
most concerned about dropping it.
Yeah. I ask everybody that question. The answer is always the same. I don't want to drop the bike. When I was in South America, they just said it in a different language.
Okay.
Yeah. So the point is, it's a gyroscopic machine, no matter where you put it on the globe. So people are people. So you're still gonna have the same issues. So it was the same issues. I just had to speak and pause so that the interpreter can say what I was saying. That was the only challenge. But other than that, some people spoke limited English, but some people didn't speak any English at all. And even if they spoke limited English, we would still use the interpreter just to make sure that they understand what I'm saying. That was so challenging because I'm like, man, it's almost like I'm trying to say less, but if I say less, I feel like
Right.
I'm not giving you everything you need to know. So, plus we were on a time limit. So, but other than that, it was great, man. Great.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that because when I was watching that video, I noticed that you had the interpreter. That had to have been a huge challenge because, as you were saying, you can probably only say, like 1 or 2 sentences at a time, which we all know that can be tough for you. You're
It is.
long-winded sometimes.
It is. And she was excellent though. Like sometimes I would forget that she had to say what I'm saying, and I'm just talking. And
Uh-huh.
boom, she was good. And sometimes I would use a term that she didn't know how to translate, but
Mhm.
Jose knew it, so Jose would translate it. So it was
Wow.
good, man. It was really good.
Yeah. Now, did the interpreter ride?
No, she
Did
doesn't
she
ride.
ride?
That's
Okay.
Jose's
All right.
sister-in-law.
Wow. That
Mhm.
Yeah, I would have never thought about having to have an interpreter there because not everybody could understand exactly what you're saying. So
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
it was a must. It was a must.
Yeah. And I'm guessing you guys talked about that before you even went over there.
Oh, absolutely. Everything had to be well planned out because that's a long way to go to not have everything figured out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. How many months did it take to plan all that out going over there?
I think it was maybe 3 months, maybe 4. I don't even know. It wasn't a whole bunch. I know that it was within the same year. So three months, 4 months.
Mhm.
And listen, I get requests. We were talking about this off camera.
Mhm.
For Dubai, I get requests to go all over the. I can't even just say the country. It's because it's international,
Mhm.
but it doesn't usually pan out for whatever reason. And I thought this was going to be the same case. We're going over this and how many people and how long. But he made it all happen. And like I was telling Joe, I don't fly coach. And Joe was like, "Oh, I can fly coach." Doesn't he? Listen, no. Especially if you have to bring your cones with you, because if you fly first class, you get up to 70 pounds per bag for
Okay.
free.
Okay. Well, you better for the
Yeah,
amount of money that you're spending for
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Jose says, "Hey, Andy, looks like we're in a government meeting, president and ambassadors." G Pops and Gigi says, "I didn't know what I didn't know until I started watching Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle."
I didn't start saying you don't know what you don't know until I heard G Pop say that, because
Okay.
he was saying that from the beginning. I don't know what I don't know. Shout out to G Pops and Gigi. Love those guys. I miss them.
Yeah.
They'll be
And
here in November.
yeah, I met them for the first time. I think it was the second practice session I ever been to out in Georgia with you guys. And I know that check out their YouTube channel. They got a great channel. I I know like it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they were rolling around with their GoPros and like, yeah, we might start a YouTube thing. And then took 2 or 3 years, but they finally did. And I gotta say, I don't know how they do it so well.
Hmm.
Like you would think they've been doing YouTube for years because everything that they do from the editing to the way they talk, I mean, they're professionals.
They
It's
listen,
amazing.
and they're no joke. I'm happy. I'm very happy and blessed and honored that the whole decision of them doing the YouTube channel happened in my living room. Um, and because G Pops wanted to do it, Gigi said, "I don't want to do it." That's the exact way she said it too. I don't want to do it. And then she changed her mind. I'm glad she did, because G Pops and Gigi on YouTube, guys, check out their videos. Just great. They're just awesome, awesome couple, awesome people,
Yeah,
God fearing people, and I love them. They're gonna be here in November in my house.
that's awesome. Uh, Robert Keebler said that he's going to bring the red Gatorade when you come over
Yes,
there.
appreciate it, man. The red Gatorade.
All right, so we're about 53 minutes in. I'm guessing that's probably about halfway because we're only at question 5 right now, and we got 10 questions.
Okay.
So let me go ahead, roll this promo for Break Free, the sponsor of this live stream, and we will be right back.
As riders, we've all had that moment. You're slowing down and glance in your mirror to see a car way too close behind you. Well, the brake-free helmet light fixes that problem. This wireless device mounts to any helmet in seconds. It doesn't use any wires, no apps, you just slap it on and it simply works. And here's the cool part. It uses smart sensors to automatically light up whenever you're slowing down, whether you're engine braking, downshifting, or hitting the brakes. 100 ultra bright LEDs at driver's eye level makes you more visible day and night. And they recently made some key improvements from the previous version. USB-C charging that's 80% faster. You'll get a full charge in just an hour and a half. Plus, they made the button twice as tall, so it's easier to press with gloves on. The upgraded battery gives you 8 to 12 hours of riding. I just took mine on a 2,040-mile trip from Ohio to Louisiana and back. Even though the battery was almost dead, it was still working. So you don't have to worry about the battery life. Since appearing on Shark Tank, Break Free has improved safety for over 40,000 riders, and I'm proud to be one of them. If you're ready to start riding safer, head over to breakfreetech.com and use my promo code JOGO10 for $10 off your order. That's breakfreetech.com. Because being seen could save your life. Don't risk it. Get a Break Free light.
All right, there you have it. Sponsor of the stream, Break Free. Excellent product. I've been partnered with them probably going on 3 years now. Excellent product, even better company. So make sure you go and check them out. The link's down in the description, breakfreetech.com. Use my promo code JOGO10 for $10 off. And while we were doing that, Karen, she ended up giving me a $10 super chat. I appreciate you, Karen. She's almost on every single live stream. So here's your sound effect.
Super chats.
I love that sound effect. I just want to play that all day.
Of course you do, because every time you play it, somebody gave you some money.
Well, sometimes I just sit here and hit it just so I can hear it, and I don't get any money. So
Yeah, don't do it, man. Don't cheapen it. Don't cheapen it. Listen, shout out to Karen. She's in not just yours, everybody's stuff. Man.
Everybody's. Every channel that I watch, I see her comments on there. I'm like, man, she's everywhere.
And shout out to you, Joe. People don't realize how much goes into this whole editing thing, but everything you do. Of course, my lens has changed. Like I always tell people, your lens is going to change as far as the motorcycle riding, but that's true with everything in life. So if I watch one of your productions, I'm just everything I see, and then something changes. That took thought and that took time. And so even grabbing my videos and then chopping those up, it's just shout out, man. It's really good.
Appreciate that. I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist, but I try to do the best I can.
Yeah.
Keep it interesting. There's too many channels on YouTube where it's just garbage. Like you don't even want to watch it. So I don't want to be like that.
Yeah, you're not.
All right. So let's go ahead, move into question 6. And speaking of taking your videos and chopping them up, this one took a little while because I had to chop up a lot of videos. So let's roll question 6, and we'll be right back.
I want to welcome you to practice session number 115. I'm in Pooler, Georgia. This is where I live. Guys, I'm out here in North Carolina, Asheboro, North Carolina to be specific. 104 guys. This is my 4th time here at Gator Ford. 99 is taking place here in Lake Elsinore. This is Southern California. I'm out here in beautiful Colorado Springs to be exact. Once again, I'm out here in Columbus, Ohio. I'm out here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm out here in Palm Bay, Florida, specifically at Space Coast Harley Davidson. Day 2 at Southern Thunder Harley Davidson here in Mississippi. I am here in Columbia, Maryland. I'm here at Grace Bible Church in Allenwood, New Jersey.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about, man. That takes time. That's crazy.
Yeah, so if you're looking at your analytics last night and you saw a bunch of random videos popping, that was me. But for question number 6, so obviously you guys just saw Robert's been a lot of places, and I didn't even cut in all the places he's been because there's just too many. But out of all your traveling practice sessions, where do you think your favorite place has been?
Oh man, that is tough. That's really tough. If I had to just give a quick answer, I would say California.
Okay.
And it's because of G Pops and GG. Like that. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, it's California. Yes, you know the weather's good, but it's because of G Pops and GG. I feel like they're the furthest away. Well, not the furthest away, but they're the furthest away. And it's an annual thing there. But then you got Jersey and Maryland. Jersey and Maryland, it's always good. Always good. I mean, it's different vibes, different places that you go. Illinois was good. I'm going back there in August. So, but if I just had to give the top of my head, I would just say California.
Okay. Yeah. And in Illinois, you have an excellent parking lot out there. That thing looks like it was
Mhm.
freshly paved out there.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And I got Jason out there.
Yeah, that is true. And speaking of traveling practice sessions, I know we mentioned it a few times, but Robert's coming out to Ohio over to where I hold my practice sessions at Johnny K's, and that is on the was it the 18th and 19th? We gotta check the calendars.
That's the 19th and the 20th.
19th and the 20th. All
Yeah.
right. And
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
the first day, the 19th, you're completely booked for that?
No, it's not completely booked.
Okay. So you still got open spots for both days?
Mm-hmm.
And if people want to register for that practice session, how they go about doing that?
Let's go to BeTheBoySeeMotorcycle.com, click on where it says upcoming events, and you'll be able to register right there. Now, I got to acknowledge Anita again. And I look back and you say he's got to look at the calendar. That calendar didn't exist until this year. And Anita told me I should get that calendar. Matter of fact, I want to unblur it. She told me to get that calendar. And I told her I like stuff to be digital. And she said, trust me, it's better to be able to look at stuff on a whole. And oh man, once again, absolutely right. Because what I did to myself last year, in the month of June or July, I forget which one it was, I only had one day in that month that I wasn't doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because when somebody would ask me for a private lesson, I would look on my phone, and if that day was open, I would just go, I have that date open. Whereas if I look at the calendar, I can see everything together. So shout out to my wife again.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. I recently just started using a Google Calendar
Mm-hmm.
because I've been having so much stuff going on, and if you ask my wife, I forget a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm putting stuff on the calendars that don't even have to do with motorcycle stuff,
Mhm.
and then like it links up with my website for my private stuff, so that way it automatically cancels stuff out.
Okay.
Technology is a great thing. And
Yes,
then
it is.
do you or Anita write the stuff on the calendar?
I write stuff on. I do that.
Okay, and that probably helps you retain it a little bit better. I know I found if you write something down, you tend to remember it a little better.
No, I don't.
Oh,
So
okay.
whatever I write on that calendar, I still put in my calendar on my phone because I need to know remotely what's going on too, and that's when I get reminders and stuff. So yeah, but it's a lot, man. So forgetting stuff, trust me, yeah, I know about that. It's a lot, but that's why I have my wife helping me out as well with that. It is what it is. I'm one guy. People think if I call somebody, they go, I can't believe you're calling me. I figured it would be somebody on your staff. My staff.
Customer service.
It's me and Anita. That's it.
Yeah, that's a lot to balance. Luckily, you're retired, so that helps out a little bit.
It helps out a lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
Russell McDonald says, I get so many questions about my brake-free light every group ride I'm in. Yeah, it's a conversation starter. You mix that with your skills, and you're going to have a pretty good conversation.
What's going on, Russell?
And then Jim Gray, 2.5 years ago, brand new to Harley riding, barely could ride a straight line, discovered Robert's channel and became consumed with slow speed skills. Met Joe following summer. Great teachers. Appreciate that, Jim.
All right.
He's a good dude. He was just my last session.
Okay.
Let's see. Sergeant Major said, we probably sold like 5 brake-free lights in Louisiana just by wearing ours. Every time I wear mine, somebody asks me what it is. Yeah, I tell you, man, people are always asking about that thing.
I think Lori wears one of those too.
Yep. She's got one. It's just such a good idea to have, and I absolutely love it. All right. So for question 7 here, I got, you and I get pushback from sport bike riders who think slow speed training is just for old guys on Harley. How do you respond to that?
I respond to that with the practice session I did at Wesley Chapel, Harley Davidson, where 2 people on sports bikes came, and it gave them a whole different respect not only for their motorcycles, but um, uh, at the end of it, the guy said he wanted a Harley, right? The rules don't change no matter what kind of motorcycle you ride. And people that say I was just fine on this bike, but now this new bike, blah blah blah, you were doing the same thing. It just, the heavier bike is going to put you in check more because you don't like the way it's making you feel. It's HEAVY. We don't use the 5-letter word.
Yeah.
So that's my response. The rules don't change.
Yeah. I get when I post my shorts or like U-turn videos, these people always comment. They're like, "That's cool. Now do it on a sports bike." And I've been trying to get my hands on a sport bike from like Johnny K's or something, just so I can do pretty much what you did, because you did a whole series on your channel. You ended up buying a sports bike
just for that reason. I bought
yeah.
it just for that reason. As soon as I finished the videos, I sold it. But I mean,
Yeah.
so like I always tell people, there's 9 exercises in my practice session and the bonus. With any bike, and I'm not talking about a bike that somebody has modified to the point where it doesn't make, it's not even practical anymore. Like for instance, my Maryland practice session, I haven't added that practice session yet, but you guys are going to see there's a guy that had a bike out there with a big fat front tire on it, and it was raked out more. So it was a road glide. And so that makes the bike so much harder to turn. And at the end, I shout out to him for letting me ride the bike, and then letting me be candid with him, because that's just how I am. We're all adults. I told him this is a novelty bike. Harley Davidson or any other manufacturer, when they design that bike, there's a bunch of things they have to consider with everything that they put on that bike. And one of the things is it has to be able to turn with ease. If you need to turn those handlebars quick and it's going to take you longer because everything is big and heavy now, it's a dangerous bike to ride. Again, you're riding straight, no big deal. Everything's working out in the turn, no big deal. But we practice for something that happens unexpected. And I know that people, when they make these decisions about stuff they're going to put on their bike, I already told you the numbers. Most of them don't know what they're doing anyway. So all you do is duck walk your bike around, ride straight, and make slight turns. It's not going to really be a big deal. But you come to one of our practice sessions, and again, we're not doing anything extreme at all, and you find so much difficulty. It's already going to be difficult for you because we're working with fear and instincts and stuff like that. But you don't want your equipment to add to the difficulty. And sometimes people are sabotaging themselves with what they do to their bikes.
Yeah. And it's funny that once you learn how to do all this stuff, you're actually putting other accessories first compared to like, doing your typical like exhaust or getting a new seat. You want to get drop guards. You want to get the proper handlebars.
Right.
I mean, that becomes a priority over the stuff that makes it look cool. But
you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
It's a nice shirt, by the way, Joe. Very nice shirt.
Thank you. I found it at Goodwill. Just kidding. And I'm gonna have to wash this shirt because I'm gonna have to wear it next weekend.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna wear both shirts. I got the original one from Robert Simmons, Paying It Forward. Trust and Believe. Robert keeps on telling me to throw it out, but that ain't going nowhere. I wear that at least once a year.
The OG shirt.
So following that question, this one kind of feeds right into it. What would you say to the rider who says, I've been riding for 20 years, I don't need this, versus the new rider who's intimidated to even show up?
So I've recently been saying, whenever a motorcycle rider says to me, I've been riding a bike for however many years and I've never dropped it, I always say, if they say it to me, they're telling on themselves, because I know it's almost impossible to really learn how to ride a motorcycle properly and never drop it. And so the answer is the same thing. It's back to the 98%. If somebody's been riding 20 years and they say, I don't need this, I need to see them ride their motorcycle and see how they ride it. Because you might run into somebody that doesn't need it. They got it all figured out. The odds are that's not going to happen. For somebody that's intimidated, I'm going to let them know everybody's intimidated at the beginning. And the person that's been riding 30 years but never practiced on it, they're still at the beginning. So they're still intimidated. You're never going to get past that intimidation, AKA fear, till you meet it head on and master this bike and understand what keeps it up. And you won't be amazed if you watch us doing something on the bike and you think, damn, I wish I could do that. You absolutely could. You don't have to be doing anything that extreme, but it's less extreme when you understand what it's taken to make it happen. And it's not much at all. Power to the rear wheel, period. Sufficient power.
And I feel like with all this slow speed stuff, everybody promoting actual practice and whatnot, I feel like more people are getting less intimidated just to come out, practice, realize that they don't know what the heck they're doing for the most part, and get proper training, because they'll realize how much more enjoyable it is to ride when you're actually riding the bike the way it's intended to be.
Yeah. I mean, teaching style is so important, and the way you word stuff. And so there's been I've gotten a lot of comments, and I'm not exaggerating, a lot of comments of people that have my channel has resonated with them and has lifted their spirits, given them some confidence to at least go out and practice. And what helps that is everybody's thinking about U-turns. And I tell them, no, just go out and do 1 and 2. I just want you to go straight and slow, because going straight and slow is I need that feeling that you feel. I need you to keep feeling it until it's not a big deal anymore. And when people go, oh yeah, I could do that. The best story I've heard was Jason Zandy, my Illinois ambassador. He goes out, he buys that nice Road King. It didn't look like it looks now. Then,
yeah,
he goes out and buys that. He gets it home, and he was ready to return it the next day because he was just terrified of it. How his algorithm found my YouTube channel, I don't know, but it found my channel, and he was up watching it until 4 a.m. And now, instead of him saying, I'm going to sell this bike, he said, I'm going to go out and try some of this stuff. Look at him now. So it's
yeah,
it is what it is.
Beautiful bike he's got too. I love that red. Just the way he did it up looks excellent.
And it leans like a sport bike, man. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm waiting to hear something scrape. Nothing scraping. Crazy.
Let's see what we got here in the chat.
Alicia, you're welcome. You're welcome, Alicia.
Oh, what'd she say? Oh, thank you, Robert. I keep telling Joe he needs a calendar. I have a calendar, Google Calendar. It's on my phone. Robert Keebler says, haha, to Alicia. Russell McDonald says, oh, it's heavy. I know all about it being heavy. Russell McDonald came to my practice session.
I saw him.
Yeah, and he fell over. And I posted this short because it was a good short, just show people. And he ended up going viral. And at the end, we ended up, because he was trying to hold the bike up.
Yeah.
And then he finally let it out. Yeah. And then we both started singing Let It Go, and everybody loved it. So he says he keeps on getting recognized in the combat motorcycle vets. So
look at that.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, so I apologize if it's a bad thing, but I think it was a good learning moment for everybody.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
I don't think it is, no. I wouldn't have posted it if it would have made him look bad. I think it was an excellent teaching moment.
Exactly. And he didn't even fall over. The bike just tipped over.
Yeah. And he was trying to hold it up, and I'm like, let it go, let it go, let it go. Because he's already got the drop guards on it, so he had nothing to worry about. Sergeant Major says, like, comment, and subscribe to both of these excellent platforms. Appreciate that, Sergeant Major.
Thanks, MJ.
Sango, my mom says, I know eight in existence changes everything. I don't know what that means. We'll skip over that one. All right. Southern Boys Ride. Good to see ya. Really good advice. Something I never thought I needed. Slow riding skills, but it comes in handy. Definitely does.
Absolutely.
Kim Savoy. As you say, you got to date your motorcycle before you marry it. One of the many catchphrases of Robert Simmons.
Yep. That's Matt's wife. Shout out to Kim. And shout out to Kim for out in Maryland reminding me about the apparatus. You don't know about it yet. If you know, you know. Once the video comes out, you'll know. The apparatus. Shout out to my Maryland ambassador,
All right.
Mario.
I'll be looking for that.
With the apparatus.
Yeah. Robert Keebler says, I never dropped my bike until 5 years ago. Go figure.
That's when it starts, yep. But that's good. You want to drop it in the parking lot.
Yeah. Mario says, but I wouldn't necessarily say many. It depends on the agency and the function of their motorcycles. It also depends on who signs off on it and their preferences.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. I think he might have been having a conversation with somebody else.
Or maybe we said something and we don't remember what we said.
Yeah, I don't know. Fearless Motorcycling with Lori said, yay, you're still on. Of course we're still on. We're only an hour 15 in. We got a good 4 hours left.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. All right. Oh, my dad was talking about the extended front end. The 8-inch makes a difference. That could have gone any direction. So
yeah.
But we'll keep it family friendly.
Yes.
All right. So question number 9. Okay. So I got a video for this one. This is the last video I cut together. So let's roll question 9 and then we will get into the question.
All right, guys, welcome to the 2025 CVO Road Glide RR. But guys, just look at this bike, man. It's beautiful. And it's designed for racing. The Brembo brakes, the lean angle on this, there's no footboards. This thing right here, which I forget what it's called, which of course, if and when I get this bike, I'm taking this off. All right, guys, here's my final thoughts on that motorcycle.
All right, so what you just saw there, Robert had the opportunity to ride the new Harley Davidson that they released, the CVO Road Glide RR, the racing version that's street legal. So I want to talk about that a little bit. So the question is, what did you think about the CVO Road Glide RR? Oh, I think you're muted. There you go.
I loved it, man. I just wish I could have had more time with it. I was supposed to have 2 hours with that bike, but of course the weather in Florida wasn't working out. And so instead of me having my slotted time that I was supposed to have, it turned into a kind of a first come, first serve basis. So I went out there and I think maybe I had an hour with it. So again, huge shout out to Harley Davidson, the PR department, Matt, PJ. Listen, they're just awesome, man. The stuff that I've had the opportunity to be a part of because of the motor company, it just never would I have imagined any of that. So I was honored and privileged to be somebody chosen to ride that bike. And like I say at the end of every video, spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. So I'm not going to complain I didn't get 2 hours like I was supposed to. I got some time, right? And I want to be respectful. I'm never going to be somebody that's going to, if somebody gives me a little, I'm going to try to take a lot. We're on the side roads that go around the speedway. So I would try to slow down a little bit and just get into it. But I never even got in the third gear on that thing. And it just is what it is. But you can feel the power. It's a nice looking bike. And I was actually going to I swear, I was going to buy that bike. And they were saying to me, listen, if you really want to buy this bike, let us know. And we can see what we can do to try to make that happen. I was going to buy it just so that let me not say everybody, just so that the people that are in my inner circle can ride that bike. That was going to be my plan. But I was going to make you show up and do a bunch of stuff on your bike first to see if you're worthy. Like you got to reach it to 8 or higher. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful looking bike, and they only made, what, 131 of those?
Yep, 131.
Yeah, so what made you make the decision of not to get it? Because typically, when you say, "I may or may not get something," you typically get it.
I usually get it, yeah.
Yeah.
No, this time I just was like, I didn't think it was really practical. It would have been nice to have and nice to let people ride. But immediately I would have been thinking about changing stuff. I'm just not a pegs person, right?
Right.
I'm not into racing. So a lot of things that may appeal to somebody that races won't appeal to me. I don't want my bike to be slow either, but the whole racing thing, yeah, it's just not me. I like footboards. I like the bike to, if it leans or falls, I know I can just keep my feet right there and I'm good.
Right.
Again, it's the first kind of motorcycle I've ever ridden, so it's all I know really.
Mhm. And if you guys noticed, the first thing he did when he hopped on that thing, U-turns.
Have to. And as a matter of fact, PJ, who runs the PR department, he was like, "Come on, make some U-turns." I'm telling you, man, this is what I'm talking about. Where U-turns, it's almost when I never forget. I was in Daytona Bike Week. I was in Bethune-Cookman, and I was riding down the road as people was packed on both sides of the road. Somebody said, "Hey, Robert, do one of your tricks." The trick was make a U-turn.
Yep.
So I made a U-turn. They were cheering. It was nice.
Yeah, it's crazy how a U-turn can amaze somebody, because I was at GQ's place for his Unleash the Peace event, and I pulled in, and then a few people, Kelly B. Gliding, and then Southern Hog Rides. They're like, "Come on, do some U-turns. I need to get some on video." I mean, I don't have a problem with doing them. I enjoy doing them, so
Of course you
I
do.
I happily obliged to their requests.
Kelly be gliding to be right there with you doing those U-turns.
Yeah,
Just GQ. I'm still waiting for him, man. I've been telling him for the
I don't
longest.
know.
Come on.
Well, he rides. He rides a lot, but
I don't
I
care.
haven't.
I don't care.
Well,
You know that.
I know. I,
I
I
just want you
haven't.
to I want you to be comfortable when you slow down. Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I told him. And it's not just about U-turns. That's the whole point. I'm really trying to get people to understand that I need you to be in full control of that bike at all times.
Mhm.
And the slow speed stuff. For instance, I often say every movement that we make on that bike with the clutch, with the throttle, with the rear brake, with the front brake, all of those movements should be small, very minimal. That's what keeps the bike smooth. The only time the movements get big is when we wait too late to do something. So 9 times out of 10, when you see somebody, for instance, riding on the Dragon, I'm using that as an example, but it could be any road where there's a curve coming up. Now, if you're riding at 50, 40, 50, 60 miles per hour and the road is coming to a curve or a bend, we're not turning the handlebars at that speed. We have to push the bars a little bit, right? If you start pushing the bars at the appropriate time, it's going to be very minimal movement. The bigger movement comes when you don't negotiate it properly and now you have to make up for it. That's the same thing, fast or slow. So I feel like you getting the slow speed stuff is going to help you with the fast stuff as well, because it's all related. Right? It's all related. It's about control. Period. It's about control. And so that's why I can't, listen, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. For content creators that have 1,000 subscribers or more, I've even offered 2 hours of a private lesson with me here in Pooler, Georgia. And the only ask is that you put it on your channel as well, so we can share this with as many people as possible. And I offered that to him. Haven't seen him yet. So we'll see. I got Tiffany Renee out here a few times.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you had Papa D come out there too. He took advantage of it.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, a lot of those skills bleed over together, the slow and fast. Because I actually went out. Me and Q went and took Yamaha Champ Street out here in Ohio at the racetrack, and man, that was an eye opener too. So you don't only need slow speed stuff. You need to take these other courses where you're riding at speed, and
that's right.
Like trail braking, that completely changed the way I even approach going around curves and stuff. Like it,
Uh-huh.
knowing that you have control while you can actually brake in a turn with your front brake. I mean, it's a lot of people are afraid of the front brake when you're turning because they've always been taught you never touch that front brake when you're going
Right.
around a curve. Just use
So
engine braking.
terrible advice. And then those are the people that, well, they're not slowing down. They're going too fast anyway. It's always the problem. And
Mhm.
then you're right. They're having their head, don't touch this front brake. So they're using the rear brake going 60 miles an hour. You know, obviously we're not going to do this to the front brake, but
Right.
you know, it's trail braking. You know how many people know what trail braking is? You know,
Yeah.
so
I had no idea what it was until I started looking into it about 4 years into riding
yeah,
because,
camp school is it's a good class.
yeah, it is. My only gripe with them
Putting the foot down.
is, yeah, for the U-turns,
Yeah.
yeah, I not a fan. Q looked at me, he's like, "I am not doing that."
And here's another funny thing too. It's so funny how the reach of Preloader Nation. G Pops and Gigi took that class too, and when they told them to put their feet out, and they told them they weren't going to do it, and they said to them, Robert Simmons, we understand. I just think it's terrible advice to give, especially on a big bike. It's terrible advice.
Yeah, and in fact, one of the instructors was a retired motor officer, and he's like, "I was against it too, but, my daughter, she used that technique, and it saved her from not, like, stopping riding a motorcycle." I'm like, "Well, okay. I ain't gonna do
Yeah, exactly.
it."
I mean, if you're on a dirt bike, maybe in
Yeah,
the dirt.
right. Yeah. That's a whole different
Yeah.
style of riding.
Mhm.
Let's see what else we got. Russell McDonald got my new to me 2017 Street Glide last year and has 2,400 miles on it. Now it's almost at 9K.
Congratulations on the new Russ.
Yeah. Beautiful bike too.
What does his sister? His sister has a new bike too, right?
Yeah, I believe it's a soft tail.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a lot bigger than what she had
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Harley Gray Ghost says, Robert, are you going to bring back the maze and you only do the follow the leader at the end of the selected practice sessions now? Thanks, Eddie in Florida.
Yes, Eddie. Am I bringing back the maze? Negative. I might put it out there for the anniversary practice session. So, this is what I mean when I say as time goes on, everybody teaches me what makes sense and what doesn't. I want people to be able to participate in as many things as possible that they can do at a practice session. The maze, if I think about how many cones and how much time it takes to set that up, and maybe one person can do it,
Right.
it's just not worth. I'd rather have to lean or not to lean because pretty much everybody can at least try that because all we're doing is going very slowly. No leaning, or you don't have to lean. And so that's what that's about. And follow the leader, same thing. Because also, when I get to the end of my practice sessions, sometimes decisions I make them right there. If I see half the people there are half dead, we're shutting it down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you come out to Ohio, I'm going to set up. I already had plans of setting up the maze,
Mhm.
so you don't have to do it. And if nobody goes through it, I'm gonna do it quite a few times. And I think
Okay.
I think I'm gonna do what you did and set up the keyhole at the end because I
Mhm.
think that's a fun exercise to do.
You must be talking about during your practice session because that ain't happening in mine.
Well, I'll go to a different part of the parking lot. Set it up.
What fun is that going to be?
Hey,
If I see it, I got to go in it.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll have my own cones. So
Well, I know that. I'll probably be using them.
Southern Boy Rides says most people don't want to drop their bikes because it's way too shiny, much less on purpose to get the feeling of laying it down, but might help get rid of that fear of dropping your bike.
Well, that's only true if they know why it dropped, and most people don't. And so I get it. I do understand. If you drop your motorcycle and you have no idea why it dropped, now that becomes the main focus. So when you dropped it, whatever you were doing, Now you're going to be very apprehensive to do that again because you still don't know why it dropped. That's why the knowledge is important. You need to know what's going on. So they're going to drop for two reasons. Either you pulled that clutch in or it stalled.
Yep. Then Mark, I'm not even going to attempt to say his last name.
Just say VI Preloader Mark. He's from Canada.
Yeah, and he's part of the Let's Go crew too.
Yep.
So that's awesome. He's actually coming to my practice session this weekend, so I'm excited to meet him.
Ah, yeah. He's coming on the Goldwing.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's going to be there with his wife. Excited to meet him.
Oh, he got married?
I believe he said he's bringing his wife. I could be wrong.
Clear that up, Mark. As far as I knew, that was his girlfriend.
Okay, maybe it's girlfriend. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Mark's a good guy.
Alicia, my wife says you should talk about your little show you did in Laconia. What little show?
Are you talking about Riding the Wrench in that show?
Oh, yeah. No, we don't have to talk about that.
Okay.
That video is going to be coming out soon.
Good stuff.
You guys might be shocked, but Q and I actually kind of did like a little follow the leader on our road glides in the parking lot, and this woman came down with her husband and was just absolutely amazed watching us do all these maneuvers and stuff. We got some good video of that.
Yeah.
It was fun. Oh, we got a super chat from Fearless Motorcycling with Lori. And she said, congrats on hitting 20K subs. Yeah, just hit it. What was it? Yesterday, I think. So
yeah, congratulations,
appreciate that. It's been a long road, but here's your sound effect, Lori.
Super chats.
Never gets old.
It always seems like you cheapen it when you say, like, hey, yeah, here's your super chat sound. Here you go.
I don't know how else to say it. Here's your super chat sound.
Just do it. Just make it do it. Super chat.
All right. I won't announce it anymore.
Here you go. Are you happy now?
Okay. So let me knock out this last question, and then we'll just open it up for Q&A because it looks like we're starting to get some questions in here. So for question 10, no videos for this one. So what does the future look like for Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle and Preloader Nation?
The future, oh man, the future looks bright. What's the future hold? I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be going places I haven't been before, meeting new people and just spreading the word, being positive and seeing how long my hips are going to hold up to this whole riding the motorcycle thing. That's it, man. So it's like right from the start when I told you I didn't plan any of this. I'm not saying I have zero plans now, but like, for instance, next year, there's certain places I know I'm going to. I know I'm going to North Carolina. I know I'm going to California. I know I'm going to Illinois, Jersey, Maryland. So there's certain places I know I'm going, but then there's always new places that I go. If everything works out in Texas, at Texas Harley Davidson, I definitely want to go there. So, but of course, I want to expand. Right now, I'm working on, I don't know if I'm ruining something you're going to ask me in a moment, but
no, that was the last question. You can't ruin anything now.
Okay, perfect. Right now I'm working on Massachusetts. I got somebody that's working on that with me, trying to get me a spot out there. And once I get that, I'll be there. Somebody say, hey, you ever come to Maine? Same thing. I don't know how many people are going to Maine, so that's the only issue. So, but that's the plans right now, just to do this as long as I can do it. And as long as it's helping people, I'm going to want to do it. And if anything, the only thing I can see changing at some point is scaling down the amount of practice sessions that I do. But I feel like I'm always going to do it as much as I can because I just love being around the people. I love doing my yearly rides of obviously the anniversary ride that's in November. This year it is November 8th. That's the ride and the luncheon. And then the kickoff ride, the ride in season ride, that's April 1st. It was usually around April 1st, whatever that Saturday is, that first Saturday, the global group ride. And it's when everybody can ride. You can ride with me or ride anywhere on the globe and send me a video. I put it all into one big video and that's that. So I love all of this. I love all of these guys and I love my ambassadors, everybody. It's such a blessing. It really is.
Yeah, and you're doing some amazing stuff. And did I hear that correctly? You said your anniversary ride is going to be November 8th?
November 8th.
All right, I'll be there because
What?
my lock and lean isn't until 13th, 14th, 15th.
Look at that.
So
Look at
you're
that. That's great news.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And so me and Robert and I plan on doing a rematch exhibition match for the slow race because I'm going to get him one of these days. I almost had you in one of them.
Yes,
It was
you did.
close. I should have pulled the video for that. That was so good. I was proud of myself for that one.
Yeah, you should have pulled a video for that.
Yeah. But
So I'm going to say to you now that you know that you can come, I'm going to say again, are you going to do that drive? Because you guys don't know off camera, I told Joe, you don't have to do that drive. I got plenty of motorcycles in my garage, that he can ride. But, like I said, it all depends. If Joe wants to be on his own bike, I get it because of the whole slow speed stuff. But how many hours is that? 12?
it's like 12. Holy smokes, we got a super chat from Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle. Also a member of the Let's Go crew.
That's right.
Super chats.
There you go. There you go.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Notice I didn't announce that one. I just said it.
I felt it. It was just different, man. That was beautiful.
Just testing it out. But yeah, we'll see. It's all going to depend. But you want to do it on the road glides this time.
Doesn't matter. It could be on the Road Kings. I got
Okay.
2 Road Kings now, but it doesn't
That is
matter.
true.
It doesn't matter if it's still not your Road King that you're used to, your handlebars, your setup. So
Yeah. I don't know. I'll think about it. I think it'll depend on if my wife ends up coming with me. If not, I might just ride the road glide out there and then use one of your Road Kings.
okay. What?
I don't know.
Ride the
We'll
road
play it by
glide?
ear.
Oh, hell no.
What do you mean? I rode it Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana and riding back to Ohio from here in November, two different things.
Oh, that is true. I didn't think about the month, November.
Yeah, man. You'll be fine
Yeah.
here. I don't know about when you're going home.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. All right. So I'm gonna open this up for Q&A. I'm gonna go through the chat real quick, make sure I didn't miss any questions here.
Gerald said, "Does Robert get to challenge for the belt this time?" No.
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm not ready.
The belt's I'm never in consideration with the belt. It's exhibition between us. A belt is for anybody else that wants to challenge Joe.
Yes. And when Robert comes out here next weekend, I'm bringing the belt, so it's going to be up for grabs. I'll defend it on my home ground, and then if I still have it, then in Georgia in November, it'll be back up for grabs.
Yeah, you'll still have it unless Mike shows up.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think I'll definitely bring the Road King. I don't know. We'll see.
What does that mean? Mixing up marks?
I don't know.
No, we're not mixing up marks. That mark was from that mark MARC, not MARK.
Yes.
He is from Canada.
Dave Street says, I got my license in June watching Robert and Joe's channels and practicing techniques, helping me pass my New York road test. That's awesome.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
I love hearing that when somebody says, I've helped them be able to pass their motorcycle test. I mean, that's like the biggest compliment ever.
Absolutely. Andy said, I told him the second weekend, now he'll be missing November.
Oh. Yeah. That's why I was a little confused.
No, it's the first week in November 8th. And there's a reason why that was switched. I don't know the exact reason, but yeah, it's November 8th. I actually have the following weekend. I have practice sessions. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, I'll be in Arizona. That's why I'll be in Arizona. I'm doing something for Law Tigers.
Okay. Mark cleared the air for us. He said, been together since 22 years, but not married. She'll be with her
Okay.
bike, Robert.
Okay. Very good.
I mean, that's pretty much the same thing. If you ask me, 22 years with somebody, you're pretty much married without
Yeah.
the paperwork.
Common law.
Oh, fearless motorcycling with Lori, fantastic idea. She said it should be a throttle for a super chat.
Ah, yeah. I'm glad
Maybe I'll
Lori.
rethink it.
I'm glad Lori was able to make it back too.
Oh,
Once
she had
again,
plenty of time.
yeah. Once again, shout out to Lori for her channel, even her logo. Look how cool that logo is. If you didn't
Yeah,
get it from her, you got to get a sticker.
Yeah, I gotta get a sticker from her.
Hey, Rob.
Great channel too. She's another one that's she's like a professional. It's like she's been doing it for years. It's crazy.
Well, it's a team effort. It's her and Mike.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Mike does a lot of the editing, but sometimes she does some stuff. It's a team effort.
Yep. Robert Spurbeck says, "Great to see you, Robert and Joe. Good to see you too."
You too, brother.
TD205, met him out in Louisiana. He's got a good channel too. What's up, Joe and Rob? I have a 24 Road Glide. When I'm out practicing, that sports mode makes my slow speeds a little challenging, herky jerky. Do you guys practice in cruise or sport mode? I don't have those modes anymore, but when I had my CVO Road Glide, the 23.5, I left it in sport mode. It didn't really make a difference for me.
Yeah, I leave my bikes in sport mode. You know, every now and then I get somebody to come to my session and I can hear the bike. They did something to the engine, it's all built up, and they go, "Yeah, I really can't do this because my bike's so powerful." I always say the same thing. What reigns supreme, throttle or clutch, as it pertains to power going to the rear wheel?
Mm-hmm.
Clutch. So if it's jumping around, it just means your clutch you're moving the hand too much. You might have to move. I'm telling you, the movements are so micro. They're so micro. And the more you practice, the more you get a feel for it. So you don't have to put it in a different mode to practice slow speeds. Because think about it. If you're on the road riding and you need to make a U-turn, are you going to be like, wait a minute, let me switch it to? No.
Right.
Let me make the U-turn.
Valid point. I know some people will sometimes switch their bike into like rain mode to kind of deaden the throttle a little bit, but I've never found myself switching.
Shout out to TD205. He's all over the place. And I was very happy when he got his new Harley. Welcome to the family.
He's a very happy guy too. The first time I met him in Louisiana, always smiling. He's a good dude.
As he should be. He's young. He's healthy.
Yep. 504 Ridaz. I'm guessing Ridas. In the Snowman, can you substitute the 18-foot by placing cones outside of the 18-foot cones for people who have an Indian motorcycle?
Ryden and Wrenchen would love this question. He would love it. So the answer is absolutely. You can make it as wide as you want. You know, it doesn't have to be 18 feet. Remember, an 18-foot U-turn is just not necessary. It's nice to be able to do it, but it's not necessary. So if you want to make it 20 feet, if you want to make your snowman, I could throw out any numbers. You can make it whatever you want to make it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Good question, though.
Yeah. Mark said, "Sorry, my English is bad tonight." Jerry says the luncheon and meetup was great last year. Yes, it was. And Gerald's been the OG on my channel. He actually got wrong way. He got me that right on sign. It's hard to move my hand. Yeah. Him and his son, Zayden, got me that sign when I hit 1,000 subscribers. And
you know what,
dude?
I want to show you something, man. I got to show you this. Let me find this first, because when I was out in Jersey, the last time I went to Jersey, a VI preloader gave me something that he made, and it says Simmons, but it's in like a Harley Davidson badge, and it's hanging in my garage now on the wall. And this time I went to Jersey, and I received something from a guy. I want to find his name because it escapes me at the moment. And man, I was blown away by this. I mean, blown away. Listen, nobody ever has to give me anything. His name is Maurice. You got to see this.
All right.
And this thing has some weight on it, man. Now you can see it's something that you hang on the wall. There's the thing
Right.
on the wall. Dude, look at this.
Oh my gosh.
And this is it's wood. It's like you
Wow.
can see how it's raised up,
Yeah.
like the print. I mean,
Oh,
it
let
even
me put you full screen here.
yeah, he even has the brim on the back of my helmet. Look at that.
Wow. How do you even do that?
So the funny part is, there's more to the story.
Okay.
So this guy is an NYPD cop, and I should have known he was an NYPD cop because this kind of stuff is very common. If you go into anybody's office, somebody that has an office, you know, captains and above or whatever, you'll see plaques and stuff like this of this quality. But what makes this story even better is he told me that this week I should say, that he had an interview with the Highway Patrol motorcycle unit. So that this whole thing was full circle. He's been following me for a long time. So shout out to Maurice. I appreciate you. And this is going on the wall in this room. Absolutely.
Dude, yeah. That's awesome.
Good stuff.
All right. Let's see. Kim Savoy says, is the anniversary ride start where you are in Georgia for November 8th?
Yep. It's a group ride. We ride and then we eat and we do raffles and fellowship and stuff like that. And then the following day, which is Sunday, that's the anniversary practice session. That's usually when I have a bunch of my ambassadors there and all kind of stuff is going on that day. Sky's the limit.
Yep. It's a good time. I haven't missed one yet. I almost had to.
Yep.
Okay. And then Mike asked, does making slow speed practices on weekly basis require to change the oil more frequently, like 2,500 instead of 5,000 miles?
I don't see why it would. And
Yeah.
again, obviously you need more information. How much are you practicing? But even still, I don't see why it would make you have to change your oil more.
Yeah. So the only thing that I would say is if you're practicing hard, then I would at least do the primary.
Yeah.
You know. And one thing that I've learned from Lock and Lean, they actually use Rotella diesel oil in the primary because it's thick, it's cheap, and you can just keep on changing it out, and it won't cost you an arm and a leg. Unlike some of this synthetic stuff where you're paying good money for it. So that's a hack that I use. But honestly, if you're just doing 10, 15 minutes in the parking lot, you don't have to change your oil that often.
And so that's another thing too. And it's another reason why I have no interest in competitions or anything even close to it. We already talked about the numbers. Only 2% of people know how to ride these bikes properly. That means 98% of people don't. If we start talking about competition level, the numbers get even smaller. Yeah. So why would I even care about focusing on such a small amount of motorcycle riders when the vast majority of people just want to be able to make a regular U-turn? And so most people aren't going to care about, putting diesel oil in. No, I'm not doing all of that. It's just not necessary.
Yeah. All right. 6door74. He said, I deleted that message, Joe. I don't even know what you were talking about.
None of us did. That's why he deleted it.
Yeah. Andy, we already talked about that. Told him a different date.
Sorry to hear that, Andy. But the good thing about Andy is he sees so many things. You know what? 6door74 is right. The 8th is the second week in November. It's the second Saturday. Shout out to my Maryland ambassador. He's absolutely right. Second Saturday in November.
Oh, that's right. My wife can't come to the anniversary. She said I should fly. I don't know. We'll see. I got that new trailer too, so I don't know. I might need to put some miles on it.
Here we go. It's like, my wife said same thing. We're going to Ohio. She said, "Honey, just fly. It doesn't make sense." I'm at the point now. She don't have to say something twice. Your wife's 100% right. Just fly, and she put deer at the end. There you go. Now you got it.
Yeah, that's what we call each other.
Life's too short. If it makes sense to do it, like when I go to Jersey, that's 12, 13 hours, whatever it is. But I'm going from there to Maryland. Clearly, I can't. That doesn't make sense to try to fly that. I'm gonna drive that. I always want my trailer. I always want my own stuff. But if I gotta calculate how much time I'm on the road. 17, 18 hours to go to Texas, and the flight's 2 hours.
Yeah.
Listen, I know he's going to show up with that trailer.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear. SS Goldwing says with tab performance. I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
John Allen, thank you both. I incorporate safety and technique in all I do now. Excellent.
My pleasure, John. Just remember, no matter what we put out, if you don't do your part in practice, it's pointless. So shout out to you guys.
Yes. And then Robert Spurbeck says, hope you both come back to Las Vegas again. I was never in
Joe
Vegas,
wasn't
but
there.
I'd love to.
Yeah. I plan on coming back to Vegas too. Absolutely.
Mark said we need to get down to Florida.
Who's we? Oh, Mark. Yes. I just looked at his thumbnail and I was like, oh yeah, that looks familiar. That's the practice ground in Georgia. Mark is a beast now on that bike. It's so funny how when Mark first started coming out to practice and he was on his other bike, and I remember I kept telling him, I'm watching him getting better and better. And I mean, he was a beast on that bike, but he was at a certain point now, once he got to a certain skill level, now his bike is what's limiting him. Mm-hmm. And he had a car tie on the back of that bike. And I remember telling him it's just your bike. And he was like, well, I ain't getting another motorcycle. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of time. Police road king. And killing it on it. Killing it.
My dad said, he's on my mom's account for some reason. He said, yay, Arizona, come to Yucca, population 52.
Pass.
What if you can get 25% of the population to come out? Might be.
What could be neighboring? It could be neighboring locations as well. I'm going. Like I said, I'm trying to do something in Arizona as well. So.
Yeah. Fearless motorcycling with Lori. I have people say that too. That's be another Robert says response now. What reigns supremes, throttle or clutch?
Oh, she means sayings.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I got it. We're going to have to... Oh, shout out to Jose. Oh, I can't do that. I'll let you do it.
Hold on. Uh-oh. As I'm scrolling down through these... There's so many comments to get to this. Here we go. Jose, $20 super chat. I appreciate you.
Super chats.
No announcement. Hippo character stands idle, whisks his new and most powerful body attachments do their thing with the word up in the background.
We got to start breathalyzing all of these people making these comments.
I don't think so. I'm watching it on YouTube. It's literally just a picture of a hippo with like a rocket on its head and a robot arm.
I see it.
Yeah, and I think this is just describing it.
Oh.
Okay, let me scroll back up here. I don't want to try to miss anything. We got our neighborhood heckler in here riding and wrenching.
What? Oh, man. It's late, so he probably already had a few, so good luck.
Yeah, can't wait. TD205, thank you guys. Appreciate you both. Have been following for a while. Great content. Thank you, sir.
Do you see that question from Harley Great Ghost?
Uh-oh. Hold on. Riding and wrenching says better late than never.
Yeah.
Very cool. Hold on. Oh God. Here we go. Joe, please tell everyone how the last slow race went. Let's skip over that one.
Mm-hmm. Do a video, Q.
That's the problem. I have the video.
Mm-hmm.
Little Scott's World. Hello, Joe and Rob. Little Scott's World in the house. Hello,
World
sir.
in the house. What's going on?
Matthew Savoy planning on the anniversary ride.
That'd be awesome to see you and Kim. That'd be awesome. You'll enjoy that.
Yeah. Miss Jenny wants to know what number will Washington be?
Oh, she'll see. She'll find out.
Yeah. Man, where is this? Okay, I'm just going to scroll down to the gray ghost. Okay. Robert, when are you going to sell your purple Electric Glide Violet? Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, first and foremost, I don't own an Electric Glide.
It's true.
That is a CVO limited. And the answer right now is there's no plans to sell it. No plans to sell it. Now, ironically, it's the only motorcycle in my garage Uh-oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Man, G-Pops and Gigi. Here, I'm gonna do this real quick. If it's gonna pop up. $20 super chat. I appreciate you too. Take the trailer, Joe, because I want to see it.
Super chats.
Man, that's
Let's see what I can do.
screw your convenience. And, I want to see your trailer. I can send you a picture of the trailer. Yes. So, ironically, that's Violet. Violet is the only motorcycle in my garage that's not paid for. And I was looking at it yesterday, and it's just so many things about that bike that I like. That it's safe. Now, once I finish doing what I'm going to do with the Road Glide that I have, with the tour pack or whatever, change the suspension. I already got the Wilbur suspension for it. I got a bunch of stuff for it. There's a bunch of boxes in my garage. And if I take Anita out on that bike, who am I kidding? Anita don't give a crap. But I do want her to, I still want her to ride on it and see, because I want her to also have a bike that's set up for her that is in the new style, which of course she won't give a crap about, but I just want her to have it. So, and once I put that, I'm telling you, that sounds audio that I put in that bike. The bike was already safe. That just really made it safe. When I get on that bike and I play my music, it's just amazing, man. Shout out to Sound Audio.
Yeah, when you get a good audio system on there, I mean, there's a lot of different good ones out there. When I got mine installed from Hog Tunes, I don't ever want to shut the radio off. I don't want to get off, and I'm sure you probably feel the same when you're listening to your sounds.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I'm going to get sounds on this bike as well, but the difference is, on this bike I'm going to do some pod speakers as well, so I'll have 6 speakers instead of just a 4 like I have on Shelly.
Okay. Let's see. Harley, already played that one.
Miss Jenny said, "No, don't Violet." I was getting the same, Jenny. I was getting the same comments. Don't sell Valiant. You can't sell Valiant. Valiant's gone. Violet is going to have her day. Every bike in that garage is going to have their day. It just is what it is. The only thing safe over here is Anita.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
So Cass, I don't even know how to say that. Cass Larfo, checking in from Souk, British Columbia, Canada. Found Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle last month, and at least 100 hours watched. Brand new 2005 Honda Shadow Rider here. Thank you, Mr. Simmons.
My pleasure, man. Good job to you too. Congratulations on the new bike.
Yeah.
I got to get out to Canada too, man. Once again, man, they got a short riding season. Someone got smoked. He's dying for you to talk about it. He's dying for you to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for one, I didn't get smoked, so I sent everything over to the new editor that I found. So hopefully I'll have something out here in a few days. We'll see what happens.
I'm looking forward to that video too. I want to see if I'm going to be able to pick up the differences from that person versus you.
It'll probably end up doing better, because one thing that I've learned from taking these YouTube courses, the number one thing is, if you give up editing, chances are nobody's really going to notice, and the person that's doing it is going to end up doing it better than you, which is probably true.
We'll see.
John Gilligan says, "Hi, Joe and Robert. Are you bringing your bride out to Washington State so you both can see the beauty here in the PNW Pacific Northwest?" I will not be there, unfortunately.
I will be there. My bride will not. And so that's another thing too. A lot of times when I go to these practice sessions, the traveling practice sessions, I feel bad sometimes, because people are like, "Oh, when you come out, can I take you out to dinner? Or let's go ride here," and they go right there, and they just don't understand that I'm working. So,
yeah.
And when I finish a practice session, I'm usually shot. All I want to do is get something to eat, go back to my hotel, take a shower, and especially if I have another one the next day, I need to go back, dump some video. Like, I'm working. So, and I'm not usually there long enough to take time to, enjoy, smell the flowers, so to speak. So I apologize for that, but it just is what it is.
Yeah. Oh God, here we go. Q. Joe got smoked like a cigarette. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to suppress his comments now. TD205 says, Big Rob, I can't wait to see who wins the raffle CVO for the music school. Yeah, how did we forget about that?
Yeah, man. August 16th. It's coming up quick. That's when that raffle's over. The West Point School of Music. If you're interested in having a chance to win that 24 CVO Road Glide in the legendary orange color, go to that website. It's on my page, and register. It's $100 per raffle ticket. And I wish I was eligible because it's sitting in my garage.
Right.
I'm sick of looking at a bike I can't ride. But it's a beautiful bike. So I'm curious to see too that somebody's going to be very, very lucky. And Tab Performance is also offering exhaust for that bike.
Very
I have a
nice.
set of motorcycle drop guards for that bike.
Awesome.
And I'm offering 2 hours of free motorcycle instruction, which I'm sure the person won't take.
Well, hopefully I win it, and then I'll take you up on that 2 hours of training.
Yeah, we'll just be running through the cones. But wouldn't that be something if you wanted? That would be awesome. I mean, that really would be awesome.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, I haven't bought my ticket yet, but I'm definitely am. I've been dragging my feet.
Yeah, you'll be the one that wins too. The person that bought 8 tickets, they ain't gonna win. It's gonna be
Yeah.
you that bought a ticket in the last minute. That's how
Yeah.
it happens.
And then my wife's gonna be pissed that I got a third bike.
No, she won't, because this one you didn't pay for.
I know, but she still says you don't need a third bike. But if
Whoa.
I win it, I'm
just
taking it.
You just skipped over Miss Jenny's message.
I was clicking on it to bring it up. Valiant was what got you into YouTube, but I'm learning to accept it. Violet is the last original in the stable. There needs to be one left to train the other bikes the rules of the stable.
Okay, yeah. Violet was. Well, hold up. Let me think about that. Did I have Violet first, or did I have Angel first? I don't even remember. I think I had Angel first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you had Angel first.
Yeah, that was the impulse buy at Daytona Bike Week.
Yeah. I can't keep track anymore of all these names. I keep on getting them all twisted around and
Yeah. I do too sometimes.
Little Scott's World says, Rob, how is the raffle going for the CVO? Is there a goal for the amount? I'm waiting to get the call.
It's not going as well as he would like, and of course there's a goal at this point. He wanted to sell 5,000 tickets. I think he's only sold close to 300 tickets. So it's well under. So now at this point, he just wants to at least be able to break even with the cost of the motorcycle.
Right.
So, we'll see what happens. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah. Mike says, Rob, when are you coming to South Florida? You're just in Florida.
So again, South Florida, the issue with South Florida, you start running into like the same issues if I was going to go to New York. Locations. The only thing keeping me out of South Florida are locations. And I've had many people come to Miami. Good luck. Right. But I mean, a bunch of other parts of Florida, I've been there. And I always tell people I'm not in South Florida, but I'm closer than Georgia. So
right.
If you can make that trip, make that trip. If it's worth it to you. I definitely want to come. Not this time of year, but I definitely want to come.
Yeah, especially this time of year. Little Scott's World said, I'll take you up on those 2 hours.
All right. Contact me.
Harley Gray Ghost says, which of these Rob's favorite? Which of these is Rob's favorite answer to the question, how long have you been riding a motorcycle?
I don't understand.
I don't either.
Well, maybe he sent a separate one with some choices.
Yeah. My dad said, buy me a ticket. I'll pay you back.
I mean, listen, I would do it. He's a man of his word. Does your dad ride?
Yeah, he's got a trike right now.
Oh man, so if he wins the bike, you got a bike either way.
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, that doesn't look like any more questions are rolling in. I must have suppressed Q's comments because he's gone. But before you go, why don't you just tell everybody how to get in contact you or all your social medias and whatnot? Oh God, there's riding and wrenching.
Yeah.
Where's the belt? When is the belt being mailed to me?
Well,
Anyways,
yeah, guys, I appreciate you sticking around as long as you did, or even if you didn't stick around long, I appreciate you tuning in. Again, I want to thank Joe for having me on here again. Excellent job, Joe. Keep it up. Joe's doing like a bunch of different things, podcast. And speaking of podcasts, guys, if you're not aware that I have another YouTube channel that I share with Riding and Wrenching and Finesse the Challenger, and the name of that channel is called Splitting Lanes. There's no G at the end of splitting. Splitting Lanes. That's the name of the channel. It's a podcast style channel. I think we got about 7 videos out right now. We're just trying to, it's something that we love doing. We have a lot of fun on these calls, and we said, you know what? Why don't we actually make a channel out of this and share these conversations that we have with everybody? And so that's what we do. It's all organic. Of course, it's positive. So definitely check us out. Splitting Lanes. Go to YouTube. Check out those videos. Subscribe. If you don't crack a smile or a laugh during these podcasts, you're gonna have to get your head examined. I'm telling you guys. I'm not saying that just because I like to rewatch them. I know it's always different if it's you, but you'll see what I'm talking about. It's good stuff. But Be the Bossy Motorcycle on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, blah blah blah. All right, guys. If you want to get in contact with me, leave me a contact. Send me an email, info@bethebossyourmotorcycle.com. And on that note, you guys have a good night. Guess what I'm going to be doing after this is over? Editing all night.
yes, and I will add the podcast is excellent, except for Q being in there. No, I'm just kidding. That podcast is freaking hilarious. There's been a few times I've been on the treadmill and almost fell off because you guys say something off the wall. It cracks me up. But definitely want to.
504 Riders. Rob, are you going to come to the surrounding New Orleans area? Same thing. I just need a location. And then, of course, you got Q.
That's a channel where I try to explain to Rob and Finesse that they're wrong and I am right. Yeah, of course.
And then Mark is saying, when's the next practice session in Pula? It's a good question. Because, to be quite frank, I've been looking at the temperatures here, this heat wave that we're having, and it's like, I don't know. But it's going to be in August. I will tell you that. Definitely going to be in August.
Okay.
Even if listen, the good thing about the practice sessions in Pooler is it's pretty much all VI preloaders. And if we get to noon and it's 90 something degrees and it's too hot, I'll just shut it down. All right, I'll just shut it down.
Yep.
William said, Robert, can you answer me? I don't know what I'm answering.
I didn't see any. I was scrolling up trying to see if he commented something. I didn't see nothing about my pleas. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm sorry, man. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but if you really have a question you want me to answer, just email me.
Yeah. All right, Robert. So with all that, I appreciate you coming on, and make sure you guys go and check them out. I'm sure you already have, and most definitely probably have you on again. So appreciate you.
Hit that like button, guys, if you haven't already.
Yes, and also thank you for the super chat. You didn't have to do that. Appreciate that.
Oh, my pleasure, man. My pleasure.
All right, guys. There you have it. Mr. Robert Simmons. Always a pleasure having him on. If you guys enjoyed this stream right here, I'll end up putting a video right here. And make sure you check that out. And as always, this is Joe Go with Joe Go Motorcycle Adventures. Until next time, ride on.